Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know.
Ooh, hola, bom dia, alegria, Monson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, the live stream, the podcast, the Portugal Club, and yes, helping you find your home in Portugal. If you need any help with that, do let me know. The numbers will flash across your screen or will be available on the thumbnails of the shows. How are you doing this morning? Oh, I see a little bit of visible cable beneath me there. The set dresser's going to get fired. We've made sure there's no cats roaming in the studio this morning. I'm not doing that again this morning. But yes, first aid was applied and healing is taking place. How are you this morning? I hope you're well. Music this morning for the growers of Portugal, the Quinta keepers, the Quinta owners, the Quinta stewards. That was the life I dreamed of when I was first coming to Portugal. It didn't quite turn out like that, but I have the utmost respect for people who are growing food here. I think that's going to become increasingly important. They are a great example, certainly to me, inspiration to me, people who are seeking to be more independent, growing their own food and keeping their own company out in the wilds of Portugal, and their lives being made a little more difficult by various hold on a minute, what have I said? He okay, growers and showers, maybe, I don't know. Maybe Lee, maybe Matty, maybe Jason will join us later, and we'll see how they're doing, because they're busy people. They've got farms to attend to. And they may or may not pop in after 8:30, because in that first half hour we're choosing the music again, tributes to those growers, and maybe showers, T-Duck, if that's what you mean, you naughty man. And morning to you as well, João Ernesto. Bom dia, Portugal. And sorry to hear as well, Mel, and see you in this slot, or in the 8:30 slot this time next week. No, the 8:30 slot next week on the Tuesday. Sorry to hear you've had a terrible growing year this year. So I've got, actually, the first tune I'm going to play is your selection from yesterday that we didn't manage to squeeze in. Maybe it can be applied to your plants. Maybe if you put it on speakerphone and take it out to your plants. You know, we know that talking to plants and being nice to your plants is good for them. Maybe some good music, a good playlist could be advantageous as well to your plants. Missed your earlier Bon Dia Alegria Gumpers there, T-Duck, and your Bon Dia Mel as well. So let me know what you'd like to hear. We did have some lovely memes yesterday. We had the possible Pet Shop Boys prompt, with your comments in the way there, Mel. We had Neil Tennant in the 80s looking like Neil Landlord more recently. Is there a Pet Shop Boys tune that is also a tribute to the growers? Okay. Get yourself high, Chemical Brothers. Is that entirely appropriate for a morning breakfast show? First thing in the morning, legalize it, Peter Tush. Oh, I see what's happened here. Well, I think there's probably a bit of that going on around Portugal as well. But shout out to anyone who grows anything. It's so all right. T-Duck's all over it. It's as if we had a playlist prepared already. Funnily enough. Okay. We shall see. It's looking like it's going to get a bit funky in here, and not in the soul, funk, and jazz sense, possibly this morning. Okay, Neil Tennant, Neil Landlord. Is there a Pet Shop Boys tune suitable for growers? It does mean other things, by the way. And is there a Diana Ross tune as well? Because I got high. I don't mind playing that this morning. Cold 45 and 2 zigzags. Oh, yes. Diana Ross. I'm Coming Out might be a kind of blooming sort of tune. I think that's great. That Diana Ross meme there. So is there a Diana Ross tune that could be applied to the growing situation? And I mean in the broadest sense, okay? We're in enough trouble already, T-Duck, playing music on the Good Morning Portugal show without extra question marks hanging over us. I had hoped in my series of visitor memes to have a tabby cat, a pounce, ready to pounce from the right-hand side of your screen. We've had Bob Ross, we've had Mick Jagger, and we'll have a tabby cat soon, I think. Let's get underway, shall we, with that tune that, and of course we've got the Portuguese citizenship test. Question 6 this morning as we make our way through to 100 questions to help you get a better grasp of Portuguese culture. Should you ever do, if they ever figure it out, and should you ever do a Portuguese citizenship test, we're here to help at the Portugal Club and on the screen every weekday morning. Right, that tune from Mel. Thanks, Mel. New to me, Ludovico Einaudi. Actually, maybe not new to me. Where would I have heard of him before? This tune, Experience, a full 5 minutes possibly. We might interrupt it. Let's see how it goes, but keep those tune suggestions coming in. T-Duck doing very well so far. I'm particularly liking the idea of Afro Man, I have to say, because it brings back some fun memories. Not what you think. Yeah, but we'll get started this morning with Experience by Ludovico Einaudi, helped here by Daniel Hope and I Virtuosi Italiani as well, and probably numerous others as well, from the album In a Time Lapse. Okay, over to you, Ludovico. Where are you? Come on, mate. Oh, here we go. What a wonderful. Oh, hold on a minute. That wasn't me. That was Kraftwerk. Blast, that gasp in the background there. Well, superb. Apparently, he will be playing. Composer there will be performing in Lisboa next year. Tickets selling out. Thanks, Mel, for that tip. Looks like Afro Man will be played today as well. A nice suggestion there. Music for growers and Quinta stewards, guardians, keepers as well. Now, I'm trying to figure out how to stop that running in the background there. But anyway, in the meantime, it will just play. The elevator will just play in the background. How do I get rid of that? You'd think I'd have figured it out by now. Anyway, the Portuguese citizenship test number 6 this morning. Let's go to this then. Which cheese as a speciality of the Serra da Estrela region? Is it A, the queijo de Serra? Is it B, the queijo de azeitão? Or is it C, the queijo de cabra, the goat's cheese? Now, it could be C, could it not? Azeitão is a place, if you do look it up on the map, quite some way from the unless, of course, yeah, it's not the place and it's the olives themselves, olive cheese. I favour A, queijo de Serra myself, having sort of co-authored this this test and already forgotten what many of the answers are. But I think the clue there, which cheese is a specialty of the Serra da Estrela region, although it could be a trick question, couldn't it? Queijo de Serra is what I favor. What about you? If you want to have a little go yourself, try your luck, do that over at the Portugal Club, and I'll put that link into the chat now. Oh, thank God I'm a country boy by John Denver even this morning. So I not heard that. Don't mind giving John Denver a bit of a play. The immortal words I know of John Denver: "You fill up my senses like a night in the forest." Isn't that a beautiful line? There. Okay, and beautiful to see that music with the GMP backdrop, various scenes from Portugal, some quite poignant, of course, behind the scenes there. That's how I do that and stop everything moving behind the scenes. So thank you very much for that selection first there, carried over from yesterday. Ludovico Ainaldi getting us going this morning, and maybe some of those growers and Quinta keepers will join me after 8:30. We shall see about that. But if not, we shall just keep playing music as we are wont and are enjoying doing every weekday morning here on the Good Morning Portugal show. I'm loving the music. Are you not? Hey, Carl from Raquel. Hey, Raquel, how you doing? Good to see you this morning. Were you drawn here by the idea of a musical tribute to those people who grow food, come here to set up in Portugal and grow their own food and strike out with a little bit of independence? Although, of course, you don't have to have a little plot in the middle of nowhere. Mrs. Emma's been growing some amazing things here in our suburban setup. We've had figs. We're just reaching for figs as we sit on the front step from a potted fig tree. Absolutely delicious. Great tomatoes from the back. I needed some. We'd run out of onions, so she went and got some chives from the back garden, some big ones that were almost like spring onions that we could use, and a melon. Grown our own melon with very little soil here, so amazing things can be done if you're in any way green fingered. Coach Turner in this morning. Bom dia, Gumpas e feliz terça. Como está? Great, quiet day today. Cleaning paint splashes off my old white car that neighbours kindly provided when treating their fence. Ooh, naughty. Have you alerted Neighbourhood Watch to this situation? They could get their first written warning for such behaviour in the neighbourhood. And yes, it looks like Ludovico wrote the music for Interstellar. Very filmic, his style. Good morning to you, Adrian, as well. Foraging could be a topic too. Talking of foraging, I wrote an article. I submitted it yesterday to the Portugal Resident, and it's my article, my interview with the wonderful comedian who you've seen on the show here, Tama Katan. Tama rhymes with hammer. Katan, couldn't figure out anything that rhymes with. But he, as you may remember, he moved to Berlin, which is proving a rich scene for his comedy. Some really funny sketches. Actually, I was going to download one about drinking, the respective drinking practices of America and Europe, and how it is. Yeah, you can walk around with a firearm, can you not? When you're 18 in the US, but you can't openly carry beer until you're 21, and then even then you're not allowed to, right? You can't openly carry it. You can't drink on the street. Yes, look at the chaos that ensues when people are allowed to drink on the street. Well done, Portugal, and other Portuguese countries for showing. The UK as well, by the way, as well as the US, how it is possible to drink in the park without becoming a complete a-hole. Right. So yeah, foraging could be a topic too. Yes, I was reminded, of course, by that of a fun guy finds philosophy in Portugal, the title given to my piece about Tama, who is coming. Let's just take the Portuguese citizenship test off the screen for the moment and bring Tama on, who I've written about. He's got a date in October at the Republic of Comedy Club in Lisbon. Should be a good night. And he is, well, he mentioned, and I wasn't quite sure what to make of this. Let me make this a bit bigger on the screen. I don't know how that got so tiny. There's Tama. You can see on the screen there, especially if I move the comment out of the way. There's Tama. And on a particular note, when I asked him the question, had anything made a particular impression on him while he was here? Yes, was definitely the answer. And where was it now? He was out. He was looking for mushrooms in today's show's got a certain vibe about it, has it not? He was first drawn to Portugal because he was finding life in New York City quite challenging during the pandemic. He was virtually touring online, looking at places to go in his head, if not in real life. And he saw the smiles on Portuguese people's faces. Believe it or not, it was the smiles on the Portuguese people's faces, he recalls fondly, from the internet-based images, which is perhaps no surprise from a crowd-pleasing professional. Yes, he looks for smiles and laughs, doesn't he? He lives for it. Obviously, no place is perfect, but there was a genuineness and authenticity that attracted me. I said, I need to smile like that again, and the rest is history. He moved to Portugal, and he talks about moving to Berlin. And I didn't actually talk a lot about him and his background, which is hilarious in many ways, or he makes it hilarious. But talk a lot about his experience of Portugal. Part of it being so this is the mushroom trip in the woods of Sintra, and I've written here. He says. On the matter of memories, I asked him what other Portugal-shaped impressions had been made during his brief but happy time here. He says, I have printed out a phrase that has stuck in my head ever since I took a mushroom trip in the woods of Sintra, said Tama, who I will assume was in the hands of reputable foragers. Now, that's why I'm thinking of foraging here. You reminded me of that, Adrian. I'd been very stressed out, he continued, and spoke to an older man who was hiking, which might be a mushroom foraging term. I guess he was just walking around with a backpack on and some of those walking poles and shorts is what I have in my mind. Who said with a very thick Portuguese accent, "Should we try it?" When pushed to do a Portuguese accent, what would I say? Do you know what? I don't think I've ever tried to do a Portuguese accent, except when I'm speaking Portuguese. I've never done a Portuguese caricature, and I don't intend to start now in case it goes terribly wrong. Don't forget, in life, there's no need to rush. You see, the Portuguese accent, it could be all sorts of ways of saying this. Don't forget, it could be like perfect English, which is one Portuguese accent, right? Don't forget, with a slight American tinge to it. Don't forget, in life, there's no need to rush, said this random stranger hiking nearby Tama's mushroom trip in the woods of Sintra. There is no need to rush. In life, there's no need to rush because there is no finish line. There is perhaps one, least said about that, the better. But yes, we get the picture here. There's no finish line. In the living life, those words, there's no finish line, still sit above my desk today. A reminder to never forget to enjoy running more than winning. Never forget to enjoy running more than winning. So there you go. An impression of Portugal left on Tama. Read more about his experience here, and I'll put that into the chat now. I think the editor liked it so much, he published it straight away. Sometimes it gets held for Thursday publication, and then it will be published online thereafter, but she's decided to put it straight up onto the Portugal resident site yesterday. Maybe because we needed a bit of levity, quite frankly. What's going on in France, by the way? Auto maintenance errands later this morning for Joao Ernesto. All is sorted out now, but barely. Needless to say, booking appointments is sometimes quite a challenge of Monty Python proportions. Good luck with that, John Bossot. To you. What other comments have we got coming in? We'll play Afro Man in just a minute, which will be fun, and bring back certainly Wichita Lineman. What a great Glenn Campbell tune that is. Open Country, the suggestion of Open Country there, I think. Yeah, that's a great tune. I think the Denver song would be a good lead in for your Quinta men. Yeehaw! Says Mel. Psycho Chicken, The Fool for those with poultry. I might need to play that privately at home first before I commit that to the airwaves. As I say, we're in enough trouble already, Mel. One day we need to have a Weird Al Yankovic theme show. Are you familiar? Yes, I am. Or do you need to be introduced? I would like to be reintroduced. What's the starter kit for Weird Al Yankovic? I think I remember him doing a Michael Jackson. Was it Eat It instead of Beat It, possibly? There are plenty of Australian folk songs about shearing sheep. I bet there are, but not so appropriate to Quintas in Portugal. No, in so many ways. And the Wurzels, Combine Harvester. Thank you, Ian. What a great introduction to the incredible culture of the United Kingdom. Hey, there was some complaint about levels, was there not, earlier on? I'm going to do that and see if the music will be played for you in finer fettle in just a moment. Wurzels Combine Harvester is an excellent. I think we're going to go out with that to introduce you. You know, when you think of the rural idyll of Great Britain, perhaps you think of Wordsworth and the field of golden daffodils. You think of the great poets, Byron, Wordsworth, Benjamin Britten, and we'll add to that the Wurzels and Combine Harvester, I think, this morning. Morning, Matty. I don't know if you'll be joining me a little bit later on. You're very welcome, of course. Or send video, 913-590-303. And Hugh, good morning to you, Hugh, as well. One of those great Quinta keepers, stewards, owners in Viseur, of course. We made the fabulous video with Hugh of how he lives, and it's available. The beautiful plot that Hugh and Jane oversee there with the help of Workaways, an amazing place producing fabulous wine. Loved the rosé, Hugh. Just finished that last night. It was really delicious. Thank you so much for that. That's what's possible. The production of wine, olive oil. He smokes things there, coming back to the smoking theme that seems to have emerged this morning. Not at my suggestion, I will add there. So yes, we were looking at the Portuguese citizenship test. We have asked that question: what is the Serra da Estrela for, or at least what cheese is it famous for? No, I'm not looking for that right now. I want to go back to resolve yesterday's question, if I may. Actually, let me get myself in order while Afro Man is playing. So let me play that for you now. It looks like we might have some John Denver, we might have some Glenn Campbell, we might even have some Psycho Chickens, and I think we should have some Wurzels this morning. Okay, Afro Man. This contains explicit content. To play it, go to settings and allow explicit content. Well, you know that's what I'm going to do. How explicit it is, I don't know. We're about to find out. So I'll apologize in advance for that. Yes, I'll seek forgiveness rather than permission, I suspect, in this instance this morning. Let's see what happens, shall we? I might have to do sort of manual deletes. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Memories flooding back already.
I was gonna clean my room until I got high. I was gonna get up and find the broom, but then I got high. My room is still messed up, and I know why. Why, man? Yeah, cause I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. I was gonna go to class before I got high. Come on, y'all. Check it out. I could have cheated and I could have passed, but I got high. I I'm taking it next semester, and I know why. Why, man? Yeah, cause I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high.
Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Go to the next one.
I was gonna go to court before I got high. I was gonna pay my child support, but then I got high.
No, you wasn't.
They took my whole paycheck, and I know why.
Why, man?
Yeah, hey, cause I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. La da 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 da. I wasn't gonna run from the cops, but I was high.
I'm serious, man.
I was gonna pull right over and stop, but I was high. La da da. Now I'm a paraplegic, and I know why.
Why, man?
Yeah, cause I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. La da 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 da. I was gonna make love to you, but then I got high.
Help me sing. I'm serious.
I was gonna eat your pussy too, but then I got high. Now I'm jacking off, and I know why.
Turn this shit off.
Yeah, because I got high.
Keep going.
Because I got high.
Hey, do that over,
Because
man.
I got high.
Come on, man. Don't.
Go,
Come on,
go,
man.
go. I messed up my entire life because I got high. Go. I lost my kids and wife because I got high.
Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what?
Now I'm sleeping on the sidewalk, and I know why.
Why, man?
Yeah, hey, cause I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. La da 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 da. I'ma stop singing this song because I'm high.
Present tense.
Baby, I'm singing this whole thing wrong because I'm high.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
And if I don't sell one copy, I'll know why.
Why, man?
Yeah, hey, cause I'm high. Cause I'm high. Cause I'm high.
Are you really high, man?
And of course, they just lose the end of the song there in a very disorganized sort of way. That's an nope to the dope there. And I think it's fair to say that that song contains with it, or showcases the perils of indulging in such behavior. So, yes, lost his kids and now he's on the street. So be careful, kids. Not behavior we endorse, but the man told you himself what happens when you indulge a little too much in anything, I suppose. Moderation is the key, is the main takeaway. It's the wake and bake takeaway that we can derive from sharing that with you. Hold on, admission's coming out now. I smoked pot for a month one day. I think that's a grower's joke. Some of these are going over my head this morning. There are some humorous Pimba songs which don't use any rude terms or have any nasty implications, but compare relatives to farm animals. The show has taken a very different turn this week. Probably this week, and certainly today, have nasty implications, but compare relatives to farm animals, goats, cows, etc. could also be good for learning Portuguese. And on a day when the content is a little bit questionable, new names not usually with us on the screen. Good morning to you. It's not always like this. Hi, Carl, back in San Martino de Porto from tomorrow. See you then, Karsten. What great timing. Fabulous. I've got someone to introduce you to, actually, Karsten, tomorrow, who I think you'll enjoy meeting. Joe Skerrett, good morning, Portugal, from currently sunny Bristol. I'll get my foil hat on. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, yes, in enough trouble already playing music on YouTube, and now playing Afro Man, the explicit version. Maybe see you tomorrow, maybe not. Or is that just my tinfoil hat on? And that's what I'm wondering what Joe means here. I'll get my foil hat on. Is that because we're talking about the Quinta keepers? Is that what you associate, Joe, with the idea of heading to the countryside, having a little bit of independence and growing your own food? You're just a tinfoil hat step away from the rest of society there. Right, League, of course. High on life this morning here. Jup that one. What does that mean? And past the duchy is another. Really? My youth is being destroyed in front of I didn't know about any of these things until this morning. Oh, my goodness. Yes, on the left-hand side. Right. Also for port, I believe, as well. Thinking of my defence. In advance here. Coach Turner, you might also like to try the Benny to try Benny Hill and Harvest of Love. I rise at 6 and I feed the chicks and I'm feeling lonesome and blue. I think we're in enough trouble already. No Weird Al Yankovic. I forgot to type tin. What? Oh, I see. So there is a tinfoil hat by Weird Al Yankovic. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Thank you very much. It's as much an education for me as it is for everybody else, I think. Now, let us let's go from the ridiculous to the sublime. And I think a well-earned opportunity to thank God here. And thank God I'm a country boy. This by John Denver. Thank you to whoever suggested this morning. Never heard it before, but a blessed relief,
well,
perhaps.
Life on the farm is kind of laid back. Ain't much an old country boy like me can hack. It's early to rise, early in the sack. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, a simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family and working on the farm. My days are all filled with an easy country charm. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. And life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. When the work's all done and the sun's setting low, I pull out my fiddle and I rosin up the bow. The kids are asleep, so I keep it kind of low. Thank God I'm a country boy. I'd play Sally Gooden all day if I could, but the Lord and my wife wouldn't think it very good. So I fiddle when I can and I work when I should. And thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Woo! My life for diamonds or jewels, I never was one of them money-hungry fools. I'd rather have my fiddle and my farming tools. Thank God I'm a country boy. Yeah, city folk driving in a black limousine. A lot of sad people thinking that's a mighty keen. Well, son, let me tell you now exactly what I mean. I thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, my fiddle was my daddy's till the day he died. And he took me by the hand, held me close to his side. Said, live a good life, play my fiddle with pride. Thank God you're a country boy. Well, my daddy taught me young how to hunt and how to whittle. Taught me how to work to play a tune on the fiddle. He taught me how to love and how to give just a little. And thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. God, I'm a country boy, yes!
Marvelous. Yes, absolutely right. What other show would go from classical to getting high to yeehaw? I'm much more comfortable now, I have to say, in the company of John Denver there. And thank God I'm a country boy. Excellent. Yes, Magic Roundabout, I'm sure. These folks were in charge of children's TV back in the 70s, I think, who were pushing the boundaries of consciousness in their spare time. My goodness. Okay, let's go back to the Portuguese citizenship test. And yesterday's test, number 5, what is a cataplana? And I think we got a 100% success rate here for those who took part. Thank you for doing so. Cataplana, of course, the popular dish from the Algarve. Do you think it's its most popular dish? I'm not sure. Oh, Jazz is here now with a quick hello from, well, it doesn't have to be quick actually, Jazz, but nice to see you. And presumably, because we're in the autumn, perhaps he's a little less busy than he has been, although I suspect remaining fairly busy nonetheless with the market schedule. And we'll find out now what's going on there. echo cancellation because we don't want that annoying thing going on. Take that off there. Click that there. Bring Jazz onto the screen with a nice applause. Hola, bon dia. Tudo bem?
Bom dia, tudo bem?
May I say your hair is looking magnificent this morning.
Thank you very much. I call it my Jackson 5 stage.
Well, it's amazing. It's quite amazing. Whatever it is you're putting on the crops, I think some of it has splashed onto your barnet as well, mate.
Very possible. This is definitely bedhead this morning, though, as well.
It is,
yeah, this is first coffee of the day.
Right, okay. What's it going to look like after the third coffee? How are you? Enough about your hair. How's it going?
We're doing really well as it goes. Thank you. I'm not at the Quinta today.
Oh, go on.
We've decided to separate our work and living life.
Oh, interesting.
And so we've moved to a place 5 minutes up the road. And so the Quinta will be for work and the shop and doing our business, and then quick 5 minutes away for some actual relaxation and being able to switch off a little bit because it's quite all encompassing.
Yes. Well, I've got to say a bit of a bombshell because today's, although it took quite a strange turn during, he's looking like a rock star. He is the rock star of Central Portugal growing. There's no question about that. Today's show, a celebration of people who grow food here, of the Quinta keepers, the land stewards. I think, special shout out. It's been challenging with the fires. I think it's a tough wicket to bat at the best of times, right? And it sounds as though you might have intervened in your own little setup there to give yourself a bit more peace of mind and sustainability, right? What's the thinking behind that, Jace?
It's like work-life balance, I think, is the major factor for us. And just feeling like we were always at work.
Yes, understandable.
Which, if you're attempting to be self-reliant or whatever moniker you'd like to put on it,
yes,
it does take up. That's the offset for, your time is your own, but you need it in order to facilitate your life.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, now we're getting the shop and a few bits a bit more streamlined. It's really nice for all of us, like especially my daughter, to be able to have somewhere where we're not that we can forget about that, but we can just sort of start compartmentalizing it a little bit. And so, dare I say it, be like a normal family. I wake up and go to work in the morning.
Wow. Yeah. My life's got a bit like that as well, Jazz. What's happening to us, do you think? And these are not words of warning exactly, but I guess it might be fair to say you've learned this the hard way, or at least through your own experience. Mark Stoll, when he came to have a Quinta, very wisely, as it turns out, I think, he got himself a little apartment in town, I think. And he cycled to his Quinta, didn't he? And when he first told me that, I thought, that's really sensible. That is a compartment. And at the same time, we totally understand, don't we, that when people want to get into being more self-sufficient and they're buying some land in Portugal, it's like, look at all those hectares. Look at all those empty buildings that I could do something with. And you kind of get carried away potentially in the scale of it. And we know, don't we, from seeing, people's videos now on YouTube, that it actually, you do need to take care of your work-life balance and your mental health and compartmentalizing things. And this is being learnt the hard way by many people.
Well, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's like a hard way, but we just feel like we've got enough systems and stuff in at the farm that it is working, that it works.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but it took a lot of time and a lot of effort to get it done. But now that that's done, it's not like we're giving up on the farm or anything like that. It's still going to be an integral part of our life.
Yes.
But it just seems like, we've got two journeys going on. We've got our sort of self-reliance journey.
Yeah.
But then we've also got our life in Portugal journey.
Yeah. What the family life.
And over the course of 5 years, sometimes things change. We think this is going to be for the better.
Yeah.
And so it's, I've only been here a week. I feel so relaxed already. It's absolutely wonderful.
It's working. You look very relaxed, I've got to say.
Thank you. I like to say I've been out of bed about 35 seconds.
Good for you.
Long enough to brew a coffee.
I'm so pleased for you and your family, Jazz, that's the decision you've made. And of course, you know, Quinta Esencial continues to be productive. You're at the markets. You're providing a fabulous service. All the things that I wanted to celebrate this morning, you're still doing. And you've configured it now for longevity, sustainability, by the sound of it.
The other thing is, part of it is a plan to improve on those things as well, because now we're not using that space. It's not being compromised with living and working.
Yes.
So we can utilise some buildings that we've been using for living. They can now be for, we can have more space to make more ferments, and we can have a bigger chilled space for vegetables. And so it really is part of a plan to sort of maximise what we've got there.
Yes.
To, you know, we're still going to be self-sustainable in that way, as that's where we're going to make our money from. You know, and we're really excited to.
What about a Quinta Esencial Airbnb?
Oh, I'm not very good at hospitality.
I bet you are. I bet
it's not my strong point, if I'm honest.
Did you not make rum last year?
I don't know about rum. I made some aguardent.
Okay, and you say you're not very good at hospitality. That is the essence of Portuguese hospitality, brewing your own aguardent. You passed the first test, I think, there, maybe the only test.
Well, I'm really excited this year because we don't spray anything on the farm, and so we are very weather dependent on some of the things we get. But this year, the grapes are looking pretty good, and so I'm really looking forward to getting some wine made, probably sometime in the next couple of weeks.
Beautiful, fantastic.
We're forecast one more day rain, I think, a little bit of rain.
Yeah.
And then all I'm waiting for is 6 days of sunshine, and then pick and get ready to go on that. But they're looking really good this year.
The perfect name for the wine, isn't it? 6 dias de sol.
6 dias de sol.
What? I can see that label, right? Matty say, and it sounds like Jamiroquai. 7 days in sunny June as well, which we could play for you.
Anything by Jamiroquai, that works.
Okay, or maybe yes. I still don't. I was going to ask you to pick a Diana Ross tune, but it's looking like Jamiroquai might win that and be the backdrop or the soundtrack to your winemaking this year. I still don't plant a whole lot.
It'd definitely be Space Cowboy.
Well, okay, Space Cowboy kind of connects with John Denver-ish, and probably we can find a connection with Weird Al Yankovic. We'll play that for you, because Amish Paradise takes us back to those hip-hoppy vibes. João Ernesto requesting that this morning. Weird Al is a gifted parody artist that often the original artists consider it to be a privilege to be given his parody treatment. I'm sure they do, notwithstanding the royalties they might get as well.
He's a genius.
Yeah, all right. We'll definitely include him this morning. I still don't have a whole lot, so can't call it work possibly yet, is my opinion. So yeah, he doesn't plant a whole lot. I still have so much to learn, and I think fair play. I mean, with the growing, you don't stop learning, do you, Jazz? It just keeps going.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Every year is different. Right, you can't control the weather.
Yeah.
And like I say, this year we've had a bumper year for grapes. But in other years, if the weather's not been right, we've lost the whole crop. And so also been a really good year for figs. I don't know if everybody else is noticing that. But
yeah, well, even our potted fig. We have a potted fig that Mr. M has grown on our front step. And when we sit out there and have a cup of tea, we could just lean forward and pick a fig. And they were delicious. Even in that really confined growing environment, it was amazing. So, yeah, absolutely agree with you. So,
are they nice big ones?
They are nice and juicy, yeah. The ones where if you want to, you just eat the whole thing.
Are you a plant-based person?
No.
Do yourself a favour, get the biggest ones you can find, cut them in like quarters, so you just spread it open like a flower.
Yeah.
Get a nice lump of goat's cheese in there, some cracked black pepper, bit of balsamic vinegar,
Stop
then-
it, chef.
and then wrap the whole thing in a slice of croissant around the outside, a bit like a
Oh, yes,
pigging
that sounds great.
blanket.
Yeah.
Chuck it in the oven for 15 minutes at about 140, 150, and
Listen to you.
that'll do your taste buds a favour, I can tell you.
Yes, that sounds amazing. That's that. Yeah, because that figgy, sugary, syrupy goodness is going to work so well, isn't it? With the
Yeah.
presented. Yeah, very good. I like the sound
Especially
of
with the balsamic, it just gives it an
bit of
acidic
balsamic
tang.
going on in there as well. Wow, fantastic. I think what this means is we can't control the weather yet. Well, let's not get into that right now. I have no idea. We already might play the tinfoil hat tune by Weird Al. We'll have to. I think we're going to go with Amish Paradise because it connects so well with the theme today. I think Amish great growers, of course. I have no idea what is going on in my land, says Mel. Almost nothing growing, including the figs. What do you think might be going on there? I guess it's difficult to say at a distance. But Mel, sorry to hear that. And the hassle of not living on my land is a concern about theft of items left on the land. Generators, Jenny's machinery, tools, etc. I guess that is a pitfall of separating yourself from your land. And yes, our figs are amazing this year. So says Pam. I'm not a fig fan myself. And Joy, great to see you here this morning. The hell. We got Beat the Blooms and Young Fruit off a lot of our trees. Great to see you, Joy, by the way, this morning. We didn't end up with much fruit this year, but the peppers, cucumbers, and tomatoes have been overwhelming at times, just as they should be, right? Enough to give to the neighbours. I even had a bag of pears given to me this year as well. And my neighbour, it was great. They'd come from a pear tree of one of his colleagues, he said, as he handed me the bag. And he was saying, muito boa. And he had one in his hand. And he bit into it like it was an advert from the pear marketing board with pear juice flying. And it's just like lovely sound of him biting into a pear. And we've been eating them ever since. So, yeah, you've got to pay it all forward, haven't you, when you get a glut and a wonderful abundance of the things that Joy is talking about there. Jazz, thanks so much for joining us and sharing your first coffee and smoke of the morning and to hear your update. Anything else? I mean, we need to hear the market dates, of course, and when you're out and about.
And so, obviously, the shop is open on Thursdays and Fridays in Villa Ficaya. That's not going to change.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, you can find me at the Mercado in Figueroa dos Vinhos.
Yeah.
And then on Mondays, you'll find the better half of Quinta Esencial, my delightful partner, Oriel. She'll be at Pedroga Grand Market. And then every second Sunday, which is next Sunday, there's an artisan market in Grassa, which is really lovely little artisan market. Lots of stalls there, food, all sorts of different things. And then on the third Saturday of every month, it's the artisan fair in Figueroa dos Vinhos.
Good man, fantastic. All right, and I've put the
Always
link.
great days.
Yeah, I'm sure, and you get to see and meet people there that they discover you, so you can rock up to the shop, find out what the opening times are, and the markets that are mentioned there at Quinta Esencial on Facebook. For those who don't use the Book of the Face, any other ways of getting in touch with you?
I mean, social media is our main way of doing it at the moment. But I think if you go to, say, Google Maps, you can type Quinta Esencial in, it'll have my phone number there, I think.
Very good. Yeah.
So that's another way of getting in contact with.
Another way on the Google there. Okay, cheers, Joe. Well, all the very best to you in your new home, and lots of love to the family. And your Christmas will be there. I'm guessing that's something to look forward to as well, isn't it?
I know, right? I mean, that's one of the main things to look forward to is living in the truck. It was good, but now we've got a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things. If it rains for a week, every day it rains consecutively after that, the walls on the truck seem to reach in by an inch a day.
Yes. Anyone who's been on a caravan holiday knows that feeling, right?
Yeah. So just hopefully a little bit less cabin fever this winter.
Good for you. Lots of love to you, man. Thank you so much for representing the growers and the Quinta keepers and stewards and the wonderful quiet activity, the quiet and real activity of growing food and feeding people here in Portugal. So
Yes.
thank you very much, Jazz. All the best to you. I'm going to change the settings, and I will play your Space Cowboy, given that it sounds like that might be your favourite pick from
Brilliant.
Jamiroquai. JK is a car legend as well. So yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah.
Headphones on for that.
Enjoy it. Take care. Bye for now. So, Jazz, back behind the scenes. I need to press a couple of buttons and then this button right here. Yeah, stereo audio. Let's try that and see what happens. Space Cowboy JK, aka Jimmy Roquai, as I heard him once referred to. Okay, Space Cowboy. Come on, JK. Treat us. Yes, here we go.
Everything is good and brown. I'm here again with a sunshine smile upon my face, my friends. A blessed hand and all my innovations have disappeared without a trace. I'm glad, oh, that I found somebody who I can rely on. This is the return of the Space Cowboy. And I plan out every good vibes on. Say at the speed of cheaper, you and I gone deeper. Maybe I'm gonna have to get high just to get by. Now you know I got that cheaper kind of Space Cowboy vibe. Everything is good. I am green. Say I'm ready again. And I don't suppose I'm coming down. I can see clearly. So high in the sky. A man with psychedelic patch of friends. I've happiness to share those eyes. He's glad. Oh, that I found somebody who he can rely on. This is the return of the Space Cowboy. And I plan out every good vibes on. Say, in the speed of cheaper, have we gone deeper? You and I, hey, oh, now this is the return of the Space Cowboy. He's got that interplanetary good vibes on. Good times, hot times, good vibes. Hey, I like what you're doing on there. Yeah. This time. This is the return of the Space Cowboy. Interplanetary. Interplanetary good vibes on. In the speed of cheaper. Oh, you and I go deeper. Hey, maybe I'm gonna get to get high this time. This is the return of the Space Cowboy. Interplanetary good vibes on. Say, in the speed of cheaper. I'm welcome deeper. You and I, you and I, you and I, you that's interplanetary level.
Right, so we will finish. Yeah, sorry for coughing. I thought I'd press the button. We will finish with Weird Al and his Amish or Amish? What do you say? That's the Amish Paradise parody of Gangsters Paradise by Coolio. So there's so many people we could have offended this morning. So yeah, apologies for some of that more explicit content on the Afro Man tune earlier on. And yes, all sorts of possible reasons to be offended this morning. But let's put those behind us as we recall the anecdote of a friend of mine who I used to work with, a work colleague, in fact, who Amish. Okay, thank you very much. I'll go with Amish on that. And yes, Adrian, how can we get it better known? Great show again. I'm pleased in some ways that it was just us this morning, and some of our content wasn't shared with a massive audience. But yeah, that'll be nice. But it's nice with us hanging out on a weekday morning. Tell a friend to tell a friend, I think, is the way to grow the audience. And we've got all these days, weeks, and months ahead of us to do that. So let's not bust the gut, but let's welcome people one by one. Or two by two, as though it were the great arc of the Good Morning Portugal show. And yeah, tell them what they're missing. Create a bit of FOMO and bring them over and have them join the community. Also offline as well at the Portugal Club. Yes, and thanks, T-Duck. You can help this show by liking, subscribing and becoming a supporter too. Yeah, well said. Especially so over at the Portugal Club. Much appreciated. Yes, but back to Jimmy Roquai for a moment. And yeah, work colleague, it was at the time when, you know, you're coming up to Christmas, and that's the second mention of Christmas. Sorry about that. No idea I was going to do that this morning. But this is a true story based on a Christmas wish list that this work colleague gave her mother with Jamiroquai on there. You know, when people used to go into record shops, which her mum did, and said, have you got this for my daughter? I want to buy it for Christmas. Have you got Jamiroquai? And the guy behind the counter's like, Jamiroquai. Just, can I see the bit of paper? And I looked at the bit of paper, and of course, yes. Jamiroquai, that's who you mean. Right, one quick video to share with you, actually, before I play Weird Al this morning. This is something I made, something we made earlier. And Benny Hill and the Wurzels will have to wait, I think. We'll do Quinta Keepers Part 2, where we play the Wurzels and Benny Hill, especially the Wurzels and Combine Harvester. Oh, mate, should I tag it on to the end of Weird Al Yankovic for those who really want to hear it? But I have a video to play you. Here's one I made earlier. Yeah, Benny Hill from the great tradition of British TV. Here's one I made earlier. Blue Peter, British TV as well. And may I humbly submit this as a contribution of British televisual art. This is my producing your own olive oil from olive trees that grow on your own piece of private paradise in central Portugal. Here, among the discreet tranquility of mature trees, a babbling stream and ancient granite stone, find personal peace and enjoy the sustainable production of home-nurtured, wholesome food and even wine. Coming complete with a water wheel-powered olive press, in Portuguese, a lagar, this could be an unusual hydro-powered off-grid hideaway, lending itself to relaxing residential use with a spacious 3-bedroom villa that includes a pool, ample workspace and garaging. Commercial potential also exists for the new guardians whose dreams might be realised in the old and considerable granite stables. Less than 2 hours from Portugal's ancient academic heart, Roman Coimbra, and only an hour away from Spain. This is a place to echo, you say? All right, let's play it from the top again. I get to do that. It's like being a DJ. Imagine producing your own olive oil from olive trees that grow on your own piece of private paradise in central Portugal. Here, among the discreet tranquility of mature trees, a babbling stream and ancient granite stone, find personal peace and enjoy the sustainable production of home-nurtured, wholesome food and even wine. Coming complete with a water wheel-powered olive press, in Portuguese, a lagar, this could be an unusual hydro-powered off-grid hideaway, lending itself to relaxing residential use with a spacious 3-bedroom villa that includes a pool, ample workspace and garaging. commercial potential also exists for the new guardians whose dreams might be realised in the old and considerable granite stables. Less than 2 hours from Portugal's ancient academic heart, Roman Coimbra, and only an hour away from Spain, this is a place to grow in every sense, a private sanctuary of spacious and nourishing riverfront rurality. There you go. That's from my new Convivio channel, celebrating the wonderful idea, the essence of Portugal for me, the opposite of Saudade, in fact, Convivio, new YouTube channel, which you can subscribe to as well if you fancy subscribing to Good Morning Portugal if you haven't done already. Do so, please, on the Convivio channel, where I'm making those videos that celebrate the beauty of Portuguese life, places, properties, people, products, those sorts of things that celebrate that wonderful underlying conviviality of Portuguese life. So there's a little profile of a property in central Portugal made for a friend there. Yes, it wasn't 5 minutes from Coimbra and 1 hour from Spain. Check it out again, Adrian. Yes, you didn't hear that quite right. And given that we have and I'd never have guessed, João Ernesto, that you'd be a Combine Harvester fan, as in the song I've Got a Brand New Combine Harvester, which actually is another pastiche song. Isn't that based on, what was her name? I've Got a Brand New Pair of Roller Skates. What was she called? A 70s hit that also got the pastiche parody treatment from the Wurzels. Doug's here now as well. Thank you for putting me in contact with Colin. My pleasure, Grandad. We got there in the end. So changing the settings again, we'll go out this morning. By popular request, Weird Al Yankovic have to play his tin foil hat tune on another occasion. Maybe we'll have a conspiracy theory special. We've done that before, to be fair, but maybe we'll do that again. And we will play his tune, Tinfoil Hat. But today it's going to be Amish Paradise. We'll go with Amish. And straight after that, we'll mix it. We'll do it won't exactly be a mashup, but we'll go from Amish and the countryside of Amish America to the countryside, the West Country countryside of the UK. Yes, Byron, Wordsworth, and the Wurzels. I suppose I'm a parody fan. And yes, well done, T-Duck. It was Melanie, I beg your pardon, Melanie, and I've Got a Brand New Pair of Roller Skates. Fantastic. Good fun this morning. Wow, didn't quite expect the twists and turns. I am putting the comments on the stage again now, so if you want to write something that will be seen on the screen in these last 5 minutes or so, do so. And I look forward to your company again tomorrow. So have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, and bye for now. Whew! Oh, my goodness. Come on, Al, where are you? Oh, yeah, here he is. Oh, and we'll turn the volume up as well for this. This is familiar.
As I walk through the valley where I harvest my grain, I take a look at my wife and realize she's very plain. But that's just perfect for an Amish like me. You know I shun fancy things like electricity. At 4:30 in the morning, I'm milking cows. Jebediah feeds the chickens and Jacob plows. Fool, and I've been milking and plowing so long that even Ezekiel thinks that my mind is gone. I'm a man of the land, I'm into discipline. Got a Bible in my hand and a beard on my chin. But if I finish all of my chores and you finish thine, then tonight we're gonna party like it's 1699. We've been spending most our lives living in an Amish paradise. I churn butter once or twice, living in an Amish paradise. It's hard work and sacrifice, living in an Amish paradise. We sell quilts at discount price, living in an Amish paradise. A local boy kicked me in the butt last week. I just smiled at him and I turned the other cheek. I really don't care, in fact I wish him well, 'cause I'll be laughing my head off when he's burning in hell. But I ain't never punched a tourist even if he deserved it. An Amish with a tool, you know that's unheard of. I never wear buttons but I got a cool hat, and my homies agree I really look good in black. Fool, if you come to visit you'll be bored to tears. We haven't even paid the phone bill in 300 years. But we ain't really quaint, so please don't point and stare. We're just technologically impaired. There's no phone, no lights, no motor car, not a single luxury. Like Robinson Crusoe, got the buggy, churning lots of butter. Raise the barn on Monday, soon I'll raise another. Think you're really righteous? Think you're pure in heart? Well, I know I'm a million times as humble as thou art. I'm the pious guy the little omelets wanna be like, on my knees day and night, scoring points for the afterlife. So don't be vain and don't be whiny, or else, my brother, I might have to get medieval on your hiney. We've been spending most our lives living in an Amish paradise. We're all crazy Mennonites living in an Amish paradise. There's no cops or traffic lights living in an Amish paradise. But you'd probably think it bites living.
And the Wurzels now. Let's do this. Oh, hi, Jim. Good morning.
I drove my tractor through your haystack last night. I threw me pitchfork at your dog to keep quiet. Now something's telling me that you're avoiding me. Come on now, darling, you got something I need. 'Cause I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Come on now, let's get together in perfect harmony. I got 20 acres and you've got 43. Now I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. She made I laugh. I'll stick by you, I'll give you all that you need. We'll have twins and triplets, I'm a man built for speed. And you know I'll love you, darling, so give me your hand. One thing I want the most is all the acres of land. 'Cause I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Come on now, let's get together in perfect harmony. I got 20 acres and you've got 43. Now I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Oh, she's a lovely bit of stuff and all. For 7 long years I've been alone in this place. Ain't sleep in the kitchen, it's a proper disgrace. Now if I cleaned it up, would you change your mind? I'll give up drinking scrumpy and that larder and lime. 'Cause I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Come on now, let's get together in perfect harmony. I got 20 acres and you've got 43. Now I've got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Who loves you, baby? Ha! Went we a grand couple at that last Wurzel dance. I wore brand new gaiters and me corduroy pants. In your new Sunday dress with your perfume smelling grand. We had our photos took in a sold in end. Now I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Now that we both passed our 50s, I think that you and me should stop this gallivanting and will you marry me? 'Cause I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. You're a fine looking woman and I can't wait to get my hands on your land.
In Portugal, there's a huge